know they'd rather cross the pearly gates.
Well,
sorry, sweetie, but there's no defying their fates. Cause hell is forever, whether you like it or not. Had their chance to behave better, now they boil in the pot. Cause the rules are black.
Before we begin, full disclosure, this is just our opinion, and we didn't end up ranking every single Hazbin Hotel character, but we did the main cast and a few side characters as well. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get this started. And we're live! We're starting with Husk.
I ain't no actor, I can't memorize this shit.
He's just like a gruff cat with wings who doesn't give a shit, and I just respect that. Also, I thought his backstory was neat, like with him being an overlord, and then his gambling just eventually led him to Alistair and being manipulated. I thought that was really cool.
No, I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but in the original pilot, he was in the Overlord lineup.
Oh yeah, like in the shadows? Like in the background?
Yeah, he was in Alistair's shadow, right behind him.
Wait. Does this mean Nifty is an overlord?
No, Nifty is a sort of... We're not quite sure what Nifty is. She's not exactly a Hellborn. She's most likely a sinner who made a deal with Alistair, just like Husk.
I don't know. I like his design. How his, like, wings sort of have, like, the designs of cards on them. I thought that was, like, really cool and a unique choice. Also, he's got a little bow tie and top hat.
He used both cards and dice as his attacks. I would have to rank him a low A tier.
Ooh, Vaggy's next.
Alright, maybe we can try to fix it in post.
Do you even know what that means? I'll figure it out.
And I will say, she's overhated for some reason, but I actually kind of like her. She's doing her best to be a hotel manager, she's doing her best to be a good girlfriend, and her design kind of reminds me of a...
She seems to be a very upfront person, very blunt and honest. She's almost a polar opposite of Charlie in a funny way. She wants to help Charlie with her dream, but she knows that not everyone can be helped in the exact same way. I'm very interested to see how she died and what sin she committed. I'd give her a B tier, mainly because we don't know a lot about her backstory.
Next up in line, we got Alistair.
This face was made for radio.
If you've seen my channel before, and I know you probably haven't.
I have.
Wait, seriously? If you've seen my channel, you know how much I love chaotic characters. The moment I watched the pilot, I loved Alistair. His freaking hooves, man. That's like so funny in my opinion.
Unlike Vox, who tries to be controlling and uses technology to spread his power, Alistair is more laid back. He's calm with his takeover. Even when he's threatening the patrons of the hotel, saying that if he wanted to do something, he would have done so already. All he does is only smile wider. He knows that he can make anyone fear him at any moment, of course, unless they're Princess of Hell, or Scoatia, a sin, or anything higher. Something I always thought was funny was the tiny little horns that only decided to grow when he changed forms. Overall, I'd give him a high B tier to a middle A tier.
Alright, low A tier it is. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just... Next on the list is Angel Dust.
I've been a bad boy, and I need a big, strong daddy to put me in my place. On the path to redemption.
I enjoy his backstory. It is saturated with tragedy, drama. So far, what we've known through some streams is that Angel, in his human life, is in the Mafia, the Italian Mafia, with his father, sister, and his brother, all of them taking the demonic form of a spider, hence a web of crime. Aside from his backstory, his overall character design is fun. He has bright colors, stripes, and you can tell that the dots under his eyes are the other 6 eyes.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought those dots were just there for like design or something. I'm sorry, those are meant to be his eyes? That detail is insane. Overall, I love his personality. He's a great character. If I had to put him on the ranking, oh my gosh, it's either high B tier or low A tier for me.
Out of personal preference, I'd put him anywhere above A tier. But looking...
You would put him in S tier?
Yes, I would. No, hush.
No. You do not get to do this. You do not get to come on my channel and put Angel Dust on S tier, though. No.
Let me finish on an unbiased note. I would have to put him in a high B tier.
Okay, now, I know I said a high B tier before. I feel like that's too low now.
Then why don't we settle for A tier? Middle of the bar, A tier.
I can agree with that. Charlie's up next.
Well, she's bubbly, energetic. Her color palette is a mix of reds, a few yellows. Overall, the color palette's a very simple choice, but the way she uses it in her clothing works pretty well. I did like her pajamas, so she does have a nice little sense of fashion. But for her character, it's interesting to see how she clashes with everyone else. A nice little detail with how she acts compared to even the rest of the demons, and her supposedly how she acts with her parents. I really like the fact that she got herself a tough girlfriend to help her out with the hotel, and to make sure that nobody messes with her. What about you?
I don't know, she kind of reminds me of a Disney princess in a way because, she's a princess, I get it, princess of hell. She sings so much, she has a beautiful singing voice. She's like overwhelmingly positive, like where does she get that positivity from? I actually, if I'm being honest, I loved watching her go like full demon mode. I loved watching her like rip and tear, and yes, I just made a Doomslayer reference. I don't know, where would you rank her?
I'd give her high A tier.
I can agree with that. Alright, next we got Nifty. I love the amount of energy she brings. Every time she's been on camera, she's made me either like laugh or it made me feel like absolutely terrified. I want to know more about her past and the way she acts like this, because like, what happened to her?
Well, you see, all we know about her is that Alistair summoned her. We don't know her backstory. We don't know her interests aside from cleaning, and all we know is that she likes to kill mother bugs in front of their children. Her design is cute though, I'll give her that.
Where do you want to rank her?
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and put her in mid-C tier.
How dare you? I'm sorry, I'm arguing against this. I was gonna put her in like maybe like high B tier or something. I disagree.
Okay, sure. High C tier.
Serpentious. Yeah. Well, I didn't expect the character shift from a villain of the week, like from the pilot, to wanting to be redeemed in the actual show itself. It was definitely an interesting choice. It was definitely not what I was expecting, but it was definitely an interesting choice. I like his character. Kind of reminds me of a little kid in a way. Didn't exactly like him as much in the beginning, but he's definitely grown on me. I will say that. He's definitely grown on me.
I kind of like Serpentious for his design, which is saying a lot since all the characters have their own unique designs. But something that was really specific, I believe it was in episode 3. Was it 2 or 3 that he joined the hotel?
It started in episode 2.
When he was fighting Angel, that he expanded his hood and stunned Angel with the patterns on the eye markings. I really liked that they actually incorporated the anatomy. I'd put him C tier.
I was gonna say like high B tier or something.
I say C tier. Maybe high C tier.
Are we really about to argue about this?
Could just be a split decision.
Okay. Alright, the V's. Vox, Valentino, and Velvet.
Well, at the same time, I'd give them an A tier because they actually work decently well off of each other. Their characters are respectable as characters. Morally. Oof, no. Not gonna respect that morally. What about you?
I definitely agree with, if we're ranking all of them as a group, definitely A tier.
I like to start with Velvet. Something that I really liked between their whole trio dynamic is the fact that they work decently well off of each other. Velvet controls social media, Vox controls general electronics and TV media, so entertainment of sorts, while Valentino works well from both of those because he can spread his influence through social media, therefore pulling in more souls, while also spreading his business through TV. And so they each play their own role, and unlike the song how Alistair sang, Vox may have a small part, but he's definitely still important in the 3Vs, and they all wouldn't really be in the same spot if they didn't have one of them in the team. Velvet specifically, she's not likable, she's cocky and crass, she's loud, and as seen by her little song, the episode where Alistair took the eggs out, she's not really willing to try and plan things out. So she's kind of a dick of a character. I'd stick her in C tier.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. You're not serious.
I'm serious. I'm serious, buddy.
You would not put Velvet in C tier. You would not do it. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. She's actually one of my favorite out of the V's. But I don't know why, but her song, what was it? Respectless? But it's just like so sassy. That just like scores points for me.
I like the song. The song was nice. But that's what I meant by her being a brat. I don't hate her myself. I just don't like her overall character.
You're playing with fire, man. You're playing with fire. You're playing with the Has-Been Hotel community.
Buddy, I'm the one who lit the hellfire. Valentino is interesting. He's well written. His abilities are quite interesting. That kind of sparked something I thought about his character. His cloak or cape are actually his wing. And it turns out that he's not making cigarettes. That smoke that he's always smoking from the cigarettes is an aphrodisiac produced inside of him. He acts like a preppy school teenager who's very rich. He wants to have everything. And if he can't have something, he wants to make sure no one else can. I both like and hate him.
So I'd give it an A tier.
It's just like, yes, I agree with you. His writing is done so well. At the same time, I just hate him so much.
Oh, that's just my unbiased opinion. Do you want me to rank him if I just told you my personal opinion? D tier. He'd sit at the wet bottom of D tier.
Yeah, that would be me too, based on personal preference. If we're going off of pure writing, though, I would have to put him... It's either high B tier or low A tier for me. You know what? I can agree with you. In terms of writing, I would say A tier. Hey guys, Editing Blue Ghost here, and I don't know about you, but just even putting Valentino in A tier just feels messed up to me. But again, in terms of writing, they did him very well. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna split him in half. One half is going in A tier and the other's going in D tier. One represents the writing, the other represents the personal preference. Okay, back to the vid. Take that, Valentino, you piece of shit. Finally, we got Vox. I've talked a lot about this on my channel, but I ended up liking Vox a lot more than I thought I would. His personality, his comedy, heck, even his musical talent, like, basically all surprised me. And, like, his rivalry with Alistair.
The radio demon is there.
I like him. He's cocky again. It's all three of them are just so cocky. He obviously knows how to spy on people, considering that every time we see him using his TVs, almost all the time, they have a hypnotic pattern on them whenever he activates them. Did you notice that whenever he tries to manipulate someone, his eyes become spirals?
Yeah, it also happens when he becomes, like, really pissed, right? Like that time with Valentino.
You're not going over there.
What about the TV grain?
The TV grain?
You know how Alistair has the radio static over his voice? Vox has something similar and he's getting angry.
I did actually, yeah. I've used this clip way too much on my channel. But, when he, like, screamed at Val, how could you not notice it?
Fuck everyone in that rancid shithole, I swear to God.
He's a stalker, he's a creep, he's an asshole, he's a slimebag. But he's built a really high career, and he knows how to get cameras in places. So I'd give him between A and B tier.
How about low A tier? How about that?
Fine.
Finally, we agree on something.
Do you want me to not agree with you something?
What? No, but like, bro, we still haven't ranked Velvet yet because we're both too damn stubborn.
What do you want to rank her as?
I was gonna say low B tier. I just don't understand. Why do you refuse to put her in B tier? Like, you're, like, sticking her in C tier. Like, why?
I'll put her in BC tier.
Fine. Okay, moving in a completely opposite direction of the V's, we got Adam. It's interesting because at the beginning of the series, in the first episode, I actually kind of liked his character, but as it progressively went through the series, I just ended up hating him more and more and found him more annoying. So it was really satisfying, just like seeing Nifty just like stab him in the back multiple times.
I didn't really like Adam at the start whatsoever. He was just kind of overall cocky, constant. Would think that the first man would be like honorable and charitable and stuff like that, considering even the hastily written rules he put down. And yet he's cocky, rude, overbearing.
I know, I fucking rock.
Not a great guy. Where would you put him on the tier list?
As the overall antagonist of season 1, he did a pretty good job. So I would say right in the middle of B tier.
I could agree with that.
Cherry Bomb.
Well, her design hasn't changed much since the original pilot. She's gotten a new voice actor, that's to be noticed. Overall, she's kind of fun. She's like the bad influence kind of friend. She knows when she reaches a certain mark, but she also wants to keep going in certain parts. I'd give her A tier.
You know what? I can agree with A tier because, like, she's 100% a bad influence on Angel Dust, but unlike Valentino, she actually cares about him. Like, it's pretty damn clear. In the last episode, she literally risked her life for Angel.
Not to mention that despite wanting Angel to have fun, she still allowed him to just go off and help Nifty.
A tier for Cherry.
A tier for Cherry.
The last character that we're ranking is Lucifer. In Christian mythology, Lucifer connects back to like apples and snakes, and in his design that actually like represents a lot, and I thought that was really cool having that connection. I didn't expect him to be like this, but like he's actually one of my favorite characters now.
I'm surprised by how short he was.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. I did not expect him to be short.
At least we know that Charlie gets her height from Lilith.
That's true.
I'd get Lucifer high A tier. He's got the weird dad energy. As much as he didn't like to at the beginning, he still ended up helping Charlie.
I agree with you. As of the time of recording, this is like after the finale, in my opinion, we need to re-rank Serpentious. He like literally sacrificed himself and got redeemed.
Honestly, his death gave me a chuckle when it happened, because he had an entire scene of walking up to his ship, telling his eggs to charge a death ray, flying out his ship, and then Adam just zapped him, turned him to dust. So that was kind of funny. It was a little underwhelming, but since Hazbin Hotel is a Broadway style show, they can't spend too much time hyping up a death or some sort of event, because you know it's like a musical. Although his reveal to be redeemed, that was really well done. So I'd actually border him between S and A tier.
And I know I don't speak for both of us, but in my opinion, all of these characters are great.
There's only so high we can put them when we barely know anything about them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's pretty much it. See you guys.